With your permission, let us proceed now to consider item 10C, the examination of proposals to the Register of Good Safeguarding Practices. The Secretariat has informed that Saudi Arabia withdrew its proposal, so it is no longer for us to examine this particular item for Saudi Arabia. This means that one proposal remains to be examined under item 10C, submitted by Sweden. Let me recall that we are to evaluate to which extent the proposals best reflect the principles and objectives of the Convention. In other words, it is not necessary to meet each and every criterion in order for the proposal to be selected. The purpose of this register is to select effective safeguarding practices to be selected, disseminated, and potentially replicated elsewhere. Before starting the examination of the proposal, I think that it is important to keep in mind that the criteria that must guide our decisions today. Can we see them on the screen?
So just let them roll through the screen slowly. You don't have to read it all. You don't have to read it all. Just see, okay, you've seen them on the screen. Can you roll?
We have on the screen now what are the elements that best satisfies all the following criteria listed under B1 to B9. I just give you some time to go through them for the sake of recollection. And if we can now move to the examination of the file. We have before us the proposal, Land of Legends program for promoting and revitalizing the art of storytelling in Kronoberg region, South Sweden. Draft decision 10C2, submitted by Sweden. Let me now give the floor to the chairperson of the evaluation body so that he can share with us the findings of the body on this proposal. Chairperson of the evaluation body.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Our next file is a Land of Legends program for promoting and revitalizing the art of storytelling in Kronoberg region, South Sweden, submitted by Sweden. The Land of Legends program is aimed at promoting and revitalizing the art of storytelling in Kronoberg region of southern Sweden. From the information included in the file, the program responds as follows to the criteria for selection as a good safeguarding practice set out in paragraph 7 of the operational directives. The program links storytelling to other forms of living heritage, helping to revitalize and promote it as a living art. Storytelling festivals has formed networks, and the program clearly promotes coordination at the national and sub-regional level, as well as sharing of experience and international cooperation. The safeguarding measures fully reflect the objectives of the Convention as they are community-driven, systematically revitalize the element and ensure its effectiveness, viability, and sustainable development. program has been implemented with the participation of the local communities, particularly storytellers, story lovers, experts, teachers, volunteers, staff of nursing homes and local organizations with the support of local authorities. The project serves as a very successful national and sub-regional model for safeguarding activities. The submitting state party and communities concerned are willing to cooperate in the dissemination of the program if selected, as attested to by their formal agreement and several practical steps undertaken. The file provides several examples of the external monitoring and evaluation of the programs, as well as feedback and reviews which are used to improve the activities and safeguarding measures involved. The program could be applicable to the needs of developing countries, mostly because the safeguarding of storytelling, oral traditions, and folk arts does not necessarily require a high level of funding. The evaluation body wishes to commend the state party for submitting an exemplary file that presents a successful and effective sustainable program which is deeply grounded at the community level and which can serve as a model for countries where oral traditions still play important social and cultural roles. The evaluation body recommends to the committee to select Land of Legends program for promoting and revitalizing the art of storytelling in Kronoberg region, South Sweden, as a program, project, or activity best reflecting the principles and objectives of the Convention. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Omare. The Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. May I therefore ask the committee to adopt the draft decision on this file as shown on the screens. Are we agreeable to adopt draft decision 13-10C2 as a whole? I see no objection. I therefore declare decision 13-10C2 duly adopted. Thank you. It's my pleasure now to invite Sweden to take the floor for 2 minutes. Sweden, please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Firstly, on behalf of the Swedish delegation, let me thank the host country for the warm hospitality and also the Secretariat for the organization of this meeting. We would like to thank the evaluation body for their important work and the committee for the inscription of the Land of Legends program in the Register of Good Safeguarding Practices. This is the first time ever that Sweden has presented a nomination under the 2003 Convention. And it is not a coincidence that this first nomination is a project to the Register of Good Safeguarding Practices. Sweden considers this register to be of utmost importance because if we don't know how to transmit the elements of intangible cultural heritage between people as well as to the next generations, the element will not survive as a living heritage. By sharing methods of safeguarding with each other, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Therefore, Sweden is pleased to contribute to this essential register, hoping that more member states will do the same. We would also like to underline this register gives the opportunity to highlight the decisive work of the practitioners, primarily civil society and NGOs, in the implementation of the Convention. And I'm now happy to give the floor to Meg Numgaard, who is the director of the Land of Legends program at the Storytelling Network of Kronoberg.
The Land of Legends is filled with stories of a country up in the very far north, where giants, trolls, and dragons used to live in endless forests. On behalf of the Storytelling Network of Kronoberg, I would like to thank the evaluation body and the committee. We are very happy and pleased to now be on the register, especially since one of our core values has been sharing. We have helped others with storytelling activities for many years, both in Sweden and abroad, by sharing our failures and successes. We are now looking forward to take this work to a new level. We like to intensify our work with the Convention and extend our international cooperation. To be able to do so, we are right now in the beginning of laying a foundation for an International Institute for Oral Storytelling Tradition. New stories are added all the time to the Land of Legends, and I know of a story that we now can start to tell, thanks to you, and it begins with the following words. Once upon a time, there was a committee meeting in the beautiful country of Republic of Mauritius. Thank you, merci.
Thank you, thank you. Merci beaucoup, la Suède. Je crois... Oh. Thank you again, Sweden. Je crois comprendre que les représentants de Tunisie sont de retour dans la salle et je dois présenter des excuses pour n'avoir pas pu plus tôt présenter le vidéo concernant la nomination de Poetry Skills of the Women of Sejnan. Et je vais demander maintenant au secrétariat de bien vouloir passer la vidéo. Et encore une fois, mille excuses à la Tunisie.
Au nord-est de la Tunisie, sur le massif de Mogod, se dresse le village de Sijnan. Entre les collines verdoyantes et les forêts touffues, là où les Ségons ont choisi de construire leur nid perché et où nos ancêtres de la proto-histoire ont excavé la roche pour honorer leurs morts. Cette localité est connue par sa production d'objets en terre cuite, suivant un processus qui remonte à la nuit des temps. Ce sont les femmes qui détiennent les savoir-faire relatifs à cette poterie modélée et qui les transmettent à leurs filles, assurant ainsi la survie de cette tradition toujours renouvelée, mais qui garde le substrat ancestral. Très tôt le matin, les femmes en groupe vont extraire de cette terre si généreuse la glaise nécessaire à leur travail. Et de la terre naquit la vie.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you, Tunisia. Distinguished delegates, we have completed our works for today. It was a very fruitful session. May I thank you again for your collaboration. And the session for today is closed. We are going to meet again tomorrow at 9:30. And as is a practice, the Bureau meeting will take place at 9. And since then, thank you and have a good evening. And we meet again tomorrow morning. Thank you.